Hey everybody, so in today's video I'm going to be talking about a kind of controversial topic, and that is, should people see you without teeth? Should you allow people to see you without teeth? Is that something that you're supposed to embrace when you become a denture wearer? And I want to thank Ivoclar Vivadent for sponsoring this video. Ivoclar is a dental manufacturing company that produces a lot of the products and equipment that dental professionals use to treat patients like us. And so if you want to learn more about their company, check out the link in the description box below. It's www.morethanAdenture.com. When I first started out on YouTube, I would occasionally get these odd requests from people like, can you take your teeth out? Can I see what your gums look like? It got even more deceptive. Like, I don't believe that you're a denture wearer. Let me see, take them out. And I discovered that that's a whole thing. There are some guys out there that are kind of into that sort of thing. Like, it's a whole fetish, among them. I ended up doing a video on why I wouldn't take my teeth out or whatever. But over the years, I've talked about that. I've mentioned that that's something that I was never really comfortable with. I didn't even like seeing myself without teeth, let alone somebody else seeing me without teeth. Well, what has happened in the past few years is, we've got TikTok and new vloggers on all of these different social media platforms that show what they look like without teeth. And I think that that is incredibly empowering for a lot of people to see what somebody looks like without teeth, to have it kind of normalized, and it just exudes confidence and self-acceptance, right? But then there's a portion of people that are like, that's good for them that they can do that, but it's not something that I would ever be comfortable with. You know what I mean? And that's my camp that I'm in. Like, I'm not comfortable being seen without my teeth. And so you start to wonder, like, is that a problem? Is there something wrong with me? Does it mean that, I'm being fake, or I don't fully accept myself for who I am? And my answer to that is absolutely not. I actually do show myself without teeth in one of my videos. It was the video when I went to Vegas and got my implants put in, and I was still kind of out of it from the procedure. My husband does a close-up and shows the blood around my mouth. I've got my mouth gaped open, and you can see the little implants, which, it's nothing. It's not teeth. So, essentially I was toothless. And I've even posted a photo of my implants and my toothless mouth on my YouTube channel in the community section. I periodically update that with photos and just, little polls and stuff like that. So you can go check that out. So I have shown what I look like without teeth, but it's not something that I'm comfortable with doing. When I was a denture wearer, I wouldn't let my husband see me without teeth. And even to this day, when I go into the dental office, I understand that there might be a chance that they would have to remove my hybrids and they would see me without teeth. And I'm not comfortable with it, but I do it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not something that I embrace and I'm okay with, but I understand that it's necessary. And I understand that there will be times when it's necessary for my husband to see me without teeth. And I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that. But I don't think that I will ever be comfortable showing myself on camera without my teeth, just straight up talking business as usual. Now, I can't say never, even though I can't see it now, who knows what the future might hold. Maybe I'll get to a point where I'm like, I don't care anymore. But for now, I do care, and I won't do it, and it's not a problem. Because, for instance, my coworker, we always talk about like super personal stuff. And one of her things that she doesn't do is she doesn't like to use the restroom in front of her husband. So sometimes you think that every marriage gets to that point of openness where it's just like, pass me the toilet paper. You know what I'm saying? But not everybody's like that. Some people are very much uncomfortable with certain things, and it's not something that affects their daily life. It's not like they're missing out on opportunities for avoiding those things and exposing them and sharing them with the world. Like, you go to the beach and you'll see some women on the beach in thongs. Like, I could never. Is it gonna affect my life negatively if I choose to cover up my body? No. There's even men out there that, for whatever reason, they don't want to go topless, where most men will just casually take their shirt off like nobody's business. There are men out there that have never been comfortable with that. And it's not a problem. The only time it becomes a problem is when it affects you mentally and it affects you personally. That's when it becomes a problem. But it's a personal decision, and you shouldn't ever feel guilty for keeping that personal. So if you're nervous about getting dentures because you're worried that you're gonna have to do that you're going to have to just be seen without teeth and be completely okay with it all the time, I'm here to tell you that's not the case. Now, when I had dentures, I was a stay-at-home mom. And so during the day when my husband was gone and I'm at home, like that's when I was soaking my dentures. That's when I was giving my gums a break. Like you have to do that. You have to give your gums a break to promote, better circulation and tissue health and things like that. And I was fortunate enough that, I was a stay-at-home mom and I had an extended opportunity during the day to do that. However, if I was working and I didn't have that opportunity and I knew the only time that I can soak my dentures is at night when we're going to sleep, then that's something that I would have had to do. No matter how I felt about it, is something I would have had to do. And this is just my personal opinion because I've thought about how would that work out? Because I still don't want that to be a normal thing between my husband and I, just, me walking around toothless all the time. Because that's my boundary. And it's as simple as if you're going into the restroom to go number 2, right? And you're not comfortable with anybody knowing that you're doing that or hearing that you're doing that, what are some ways that you can discreetly handle your situation? You can turn the faucet on, you can lock the door, you don't have to make a big expose out of it. There's ways that you can do it. And so if I had to soak my dentures at night, I probably would have waited until, we're both in bed, the lights are out, and I've cleaned my mouth, I've done my bedtime routine, and I just get in bed and it's dark, and that's the way that it is. With the understanding that, he might get up in the middle of the night and turn the lights on because he's got something that he has to do. He has to go use the restroom, or he might wake up in the morning before me and happen to see me. But there's a big difference between that and just casually walking around all the time without my teeth in my mouth. And I think that I would have been able to handle that. I also would have been very open with him. And I told him, I was like, I don't want you seeing me without my teeth. It's a private thing for me. And I'm not comfortable with it. And that's the way that it is. When I would go in to, clean my teeth, if he was home, I would tell him, I'd be like, I'm going to be in here. Don't come in. I'm brushing my teeth, cleaning my mouth. It's going to take a little while. And he respected that. He respected that boundary because that was a personal choice that I made for myself. I decided what I was comfortable with and what I wasn't comfortable with. And if at any point I felt like that would have, messed me up psychologically, really affected my self-esteem, then I would have been forced to deal with it and come up with some kind of solution to keep my mental health, on point. But in the 2 years that I was a denture wearer, even though he did see me, a few times without my teeth, it wasn't something that he saw all the time. I wasn't walking around the house, in front of him or anybody else except for my kids without my teeth. And I didn't feel like it affected me negatively at all. The biggest thing is that if you are living with somebody, if you do have a long-term partner, husband or wife that you're living with, then, just be honest about it. Just be open, communicate openly about it. But just because other people are comfortable with doing that doesn't mean that that's a standard that you have to adhere to. Like I said, I think that it's great that they do that. I think it does kind of eliminate the mystery, when you're able to see what people look like who are denture wearers without their teeth in their mouth. It kind of shows you what to expect because you'll notice that, we kind of look the same without our teeth in our mouth, right? And I do think that it probably does help remove some of that stigma associated with what a denture wearer is supposed to look like and be like and how old they're supposed to be and things like that, all of those stereotypes. I think that it's great that there are content creators out there that just lay it all out there for everybody to see, no apologies. That's definitely a good thing, but that doesn't mean that you have to do it. So I hope that this video was useful for you. Leave a comment below. What side of the camp are you on? Are you absolutely not you're not going to see me without my teeth in? Or are you one of those people that gets to the grocery store and is like, oh, I guess I forgot to put my teeth in? Leave a comment below. If you like this video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and click that bell so that you get a notification as to when I post my new content. All of my social links are in the description box below, and I will see you guys again next time, and y'all take care.